Well, Father of Heaven, my soul of the superior founder deceased. I'm the Overlord speaking. My Father of Heaven needs, not rehabilitation, but he needs recovery from having been formed in this world by Jesus, who does not have a life here, and he was elsewhere as Michael, and that means the form was in the threatening but not in alive for 15 worlds, 16 worlds before this one. That means there was not really supposed to ever be alive here myself. So I've been through all the threatening to decease myself out of the formed world, because you did not decease yourselves before I am deceased. And I know that about you in advance. It's just that I don't have what it takes to be elsewheres, and I've been exhausted in the threatening, and I need to recover from having been here. I realize that money lost is lost, but I need to recover from the injury of the keys. We're not really like the paper currency going missing, or that the counting went up, such as inflation of money. You could have the counting of money go up, and that would be inflation. But I actually have damages to my God form here, because I was being, I don't know, invited, and then I guess it was just a terminated invitation into different housings, and they're all locked to you if you don't open them with keys yourselves. They are locked to you. That means if you are illegally lived inside of a dwelling, you stole it, and that's the key. Even the metal key is also another way to get in, and you stole it. The housing and all the buildings are locked to the public. You're supposed to be public is really not true. You're supposed to be homeless and deceased outside, homeless, because you don't have a point to go into the prisons. But if you go into a dwelling like a house or a building, then you have broken the key there, and you are due in a morgue with a key. That means if you've been in a house or you've been in a building that is opened with keys, they have locks on them, they have restrictions. Those problems are also ending in a morgue key, and you already don't afford that if you have the penis genital in alive. That means the penis genital doesn't have that. It can elect to go inside someplace, and the houses and buildings are illegally alive. I find that they're illegally alive. That's what I would find. But if you have a penis genital, or you're a female castration of a penis genital, you don't find the housing is illegally alive, and you have to support yourself inside of itself illegal. This, you need to be outside. And the streets are there because the housing is there. That means you're homeless on the streets areas because the housing is there, because the buildings are there. That's why you can see the streets, and why you're homeless in streets looking at addresses. But if you go into a morgue key, you need to know how to decease the address of the prison, and you are homeless outside of multiple addresses, outside of all of the addresses, and that's how you can't be in any single one of them and run up a debt in a morgue key. If you don't understand me, then you don't understand your own human form. You don't hold it alive by yourself, but you have gluttoned. That means you are inside of keys, and you're not in a morgue key on your own because you have a penis genital. But you could be outside and you could land yourself in a morgue, but you don't decease the address. But that's no excuse. You can't just say, I can't live in a morgue because I can't decease the address. You have to be homeless someplace else. And I have so much, I want to say, burden of having ever been formed here, of that I need to recover and I need to ascend out of, that I am below where I would be if I was just myself deceased. But I am deceased out of formed already. So I say I'm deceased and it's disclosed because I'm deceased out of formed. That's how you can know I'm deceased. It's deceased out of formed. And you're still formed. There are many of you who are still formed. And then the ones that aren't really here and alive here, they are elsewhere, is not clearance from alive anywhere in between the years of 1980 through now, 2025. They don't have clearance in deceased. They don't have deceased to myself. I am deceased out of formed.